Go ahead and write the date at the top. It's the 14th. So 9, 14.
And it's lesson 14.
21. Yep. And then write lesson 14. Okay, writing that at the top.
Yep.
On your next free page. Okay. You guys are lucky because I think next year I'm going to have 5th grade write the objective each day too.
Oh my.
But you don't have to. I think it's fine if we don't. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I will try to do less of the talking today. My hope for today's lesson is that you guys are doing a lot of the teaching, right? You're helping teach each other. So it's not just me rambling on up here, right? But anyway, so our objective, as mentioned earlier, we're going to divide decimals with a remainder. Okay, so today you didn't have a remainder, but we will have a remainder today. Using place value understanding and relate to a written method. So basically we have to know when we're working with a number that looks like, so use the one from this morning, right? If we have a number that looks like that, we have to know that the 6 is in which place value?
Ones.
Ones, good. And then tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Like we have to still know that vocabulary. Okay, Lily?
Last year when we were doing remainders, my mom put it in decimal form instead of putting the R and then the numbers. She put it in decimal form.
I wish you wouldn't have. Only because I think it can get confusing. But
Yeah, she like put like a .5 instead of like an R5. But I think that's what it was. It was like a
that, yeah. If it was that, that is incorrect. But I think she might have done something different. But it's fine. You're gonna learn that today. So, yeah, Charlie.
When we do the standard algorithm or long division
Mhm.
today, if we get a remainder, are we gonna do the point?
Yep, we're gonna talk about that today. The reason I'm stopping you both is because that's what I'm gonna teach you. So I don't want us to get ahead of ourselves. There's like building blocks to get there. Okay. Because if we get too ahead of ourselves, it gets to be a little chaotic. Okay. So, all right, here we go. All right. Okay, yeah, we don't have to do that. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I tend to skip a lot of that. Okay. Cool. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you this one, and then you guys are going to join me on the next one. So right now, if you're going to be distracted, maybe put your pencil away or put it in your notebook and like close it up or something like that. Do what you've got to do to be responsible right now. So if you're going to be distracted, maybe put it away. Okay, put it away and just kind of look up here. Okay. All right. So we have 6 and 72 hundredths divided by 3. Okay. So I'm going to start by showing 6 and 72 hundredths on my place value chart. Place value chart. So here's 6 ones, 7 tenths, and 2 hundredths. Everybody with me so far?
Yeah.
All right, good. You should know how to do that already. Do that a lot, right? And we're going to be dividing by 3. So it's similar to what we've been doing all along, okay? But now, in order to match the standard algorithm, remember how this morning I mentioned that we go left to right on the standard algorithm? We're going to do kind of the same thing today, okay? So I'm going to start actually in the ones place. So it's like the opposite of what we normally do, okay? So I'm going to divide 6 by 3, okay? So I can make 3 groups if I want, or I can circle groups of 3. Remember, that's up to you. Miss Witt personally likes to circle. If you prefer to like place them into groups, go for it. But I personally like to circle. Brady?
Can you do it in your head if you know how?
Not right now, okay? Remember what I told you last year, and I keep telling you this year. You've got to learn the why first, and then you can do it in your head, okay? All right, cool. So even that, it's great, Brady, that you already know how to do it, but I still need you to be able to understand why, okay? So there's 1 group of 3, and then 2 groups of 3, okay? So I made 2 groups of 3. I know that's really messy, but yeah. Then I move on to the next one. There's nothing else to divide, okay? So I have now my tenths place. I've got to divide that by 3, okay? So 1 group of 3, 2 groups of 3, okay? So I had 2 groups of 3 and I had one left over, okay? So that one left over, okay, has got to come over here and unbundle, right, into 10, explode into 10, okay? Anytime anything moves to the right on the place value chart, it's got to, like unbundle, right? Just come apart, explode, right? So now I had 2 hundredths, okay? But then it has changed to how many?
12.
12, good. So now I'm going to divide that 12 by 3. So here's one group of 3, 2 groups of 3, 3 groups of 3, 4 groups of 3, okay? So I made 4 groups of 3 there. So my answer is 2 24 hundredths, okay? Everybody see kind of what we did there?
Yeah.
So anytime there's like 1 left over, okay, or even 2 left over, right? If you can't, for some reason you can't make a full group, those guys have got to all move over to the next place value and explode, right? Until you pretty much can't do it anymore, right? So yeah. So then to match that with the standard algorithm, here's what it's going to look like, okay? So 3 goes into 6 2 times, okay? 3 times 2 gives me 6, okay? Subtract. Everybody remember? Dad, oh, come on. Dad, mom, sister, other, right? So 6 minus 6 is 0, okay? Bring down the 7. 3 goes into 7 2 times. 3 times 2 is 6, okay? Now, here's that 1 that was left over, right? This guy right here. The 1 that was left over is right here in the standard algorithm. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay. So then, once we moved it over, right, this is where like bringing down comes into play, right? We had 1 that moved over and joined the hundredths place, so now it made 12, right? Does everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Glad you guys are with it. It's good. So then 3 goes into 12 4 times. 3 times 4 gives me 12. Subtract it out, get 0. Is there anything else to bring down?
No.
No, okay? Now, would it make sense for 6 72 hundredths divided by 3 to be 224?
No.
No, right? I gotta put the what in there?
Decimal.
Decimal, right? I gotta throw it in there. Everybody do me a favor. Throw the decimal in there. Oh, sorry. I messed up. Let me start over. On the count of 3, you're gonna throw it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Look at that! You guys did it! You threw it in there. Good. Okay? So it has to stay in the same place. Okay? So you can, even before you start dividing, you can just throw the decimal in there directly above where it is in the problem. Okay? So you can do that right away if you'd like, or you can do it at the end. You can use kind of the same like understanding as when we were estimating where it would go when we were like multiplying. Do you remember that? Remember we were estimating like, oh, it would make sense for 3 times 4 to be 12, so blah, blah, blah. You guys, yeah? Okay. So it would make sense if we were to divide the whole numbers, right, instead of multiply the whole numbers. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so our whole number should be around 2, right? So then we know that the decimal can go right there. Okay, any questions on what I just did? Okay. There will be, and we'll get there eventually, there will be instances where we're going to have to keep adding digits, like where there would normally be a remainder, we would keep adding digits and we're going to keep dividing it through. And I will show you that in a little bit, but for right now, if you could, I'm going to actually give you like a good chunk of time, like maybe 3 to 4 minutes. No.
That's cafe time.
Okay. No, it's not.
Oh.
Okay. So you're going to recreate this place value chart. You only really need to have the ones. Oops, my bad. You only really need to have the ones, tenths, and hundredths. Okay. This way. Come on. There we go. So just. Oops. I'm sorry. I can't get my brain to work. Just this part. Okay. So go ahead and recreate this, please, in your notebook. Make sure you write the problem as well. Okay, so we know what it is we're solving. And then also recreate the standard algorithm. So I'm actually going to give you like 5 minutes, okay? So 5 minutes to put all of this in your notebook. Can you do that? And then if you like, to help you out, go ahead and put the dad, mom, sister, brother in there as well. Okay? All right. Cool. Got 5 minutes. Make sure you make yours look a little better than mine. I know mine's pretty messy. And just while you're in the bathroom.
What's happening?
We're copying that in our notebook. All the squared stuff. Stuff in blue squares. Uh-huh. So we started like normal, just putting place value discs in each place value. So we had 6 ones, 7 tens, 200s, and then divided it by 3. So I circled groups of 3. But if you preferred to do what we did like yesterday, where we like put them in individual groups, you can do that as well. But yeah, and then we just kept going through, and then 7 divided by 3 was 2. So we had 1 left over. So it had to move over to the 100th place and explode into 10. Okay, so you'll see it again when we do the next one. But just to fill you in. Good job. You have like 3 minutes left. As long as you can read it, right? That's good. Groups of 3. So 3 dots, circle it, 3 dots, circle it, you know. That help. If you're done, maybe find someone else in your group who is also done and try to reteach them what went on. Okay? Even though this is a super easy problem, you all know how it goes. Practice explaining it to somebody. So if you can, I give you permission to do that once you're done talking. Okay? Got about 2 more minutes. Sorry, I was like, this 6 is it? Yeah, so 3 goes into 7 2 times. So you gotta hit, once you get to 7, you gotta hit 2 above that 7. So 3 goes into 12 how many times? It's okay. What times 3 equals 12? 4. So put a 4 up here. 1 more minute, friends. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. guys are explaining it to each other. It's helpful so that people can grasp it together.
Yeah.
Anytime you multiply, you multiply what's up here. You already fixed it.
I watched the first. That's
Three goes into how many times? Or what times three?
who starts with M&M's?
There you go. Then 3 times 4 is 12. There you go. You're good. Go ahead and say dad, mom, sister, brother on the side.
No, he's not.
Okay, give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright. Couple things as I was walking around that I want to mention, okay? First of all, I just was walking around and like shine a little light on Oliver. He was like, so the first thing you want to do is start from the left. I like that he mentioned that. Like, remember everything else we do starts on the right, but with division we start on the left, okay? Because everything kind of moves over. So good job, Oliver, saying that. And then a lot of you miss this step on division, multiplication, okay? A lot of you were asking me, wait, how did you get that 6? And I was like this 6 up here? And they're like, no, the 6 over here, right? I was like, oh, okay, I see. 3 times 2 equals 6, right? So that multiplication step is really important. When you're multiplying, and I put multiplication in air quotes, right? Because it's like you're just writing how many times the divisor goes into the number that you're dividing, right? When you're multiplying, it's the divisor and your answer that's on top, okay? Your quotient, okay? So anytime you're multiplying, remember it's like 3 times 2 equals 6, 3 times 2 equals 6, 3 times 4 equals 12, right? So it goes like in that circular motion. Remember to go up to the top, okay? So you can think like, ooh, if we think of dad, mom, sister, brother, right? It's like divide, it starts here, multiply, subtract, bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Divide, multiply, like think of that like circular motion, okay? Everybody gonna get that? Okay, awesome. Any questions on this problem before we move on? Okay, you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. We're gonna only do like a couple more, okay? So now, Brady, if you keep asking, I will just send you out, okay? If you don't want to be here, then I will just send you out, okay? All right, so here, let me think really quick. Yeah, I want you guys to get out your flimsy whiteboard, and I want you to try this one with your group, okay? You're going to talk it through with your group, okay? So flimsy whiteboard, go ahead and solve this. Okay? So you're going to talk it through. I'm going to give you about 3 minutes. You're going to do the place value chart and the standard algorithm as a group, okay? So if we need more time, that's okay. But you're going to talk it out. Everybody's going to be saying the steps. Okay, we start from the left. We make groups of whatever, you know, blah, blah, blah. Got it? Oh, hold on. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 minutes. Go.
Hang on, wait, slow down. We gotta put the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
accent from, Luke?
G'day, mate.
Y'all wild.
Okay, so now I have to
Oh,
circle.
okay, so boys.
But there's only one group, there are 5.
So I did.
And you take that one dot and you move it over and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Alright, Wiggly Wolves, take it seriously. Try and work together a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
So bundle all the foods in 110. And then
Yeah.
take those 3.
This one you still should have extras. Because it's moving this way, so you put them into tiny tens.
And then load those. Just did those dots.
We're missing one, guys.
Oh, what the heck?
Guys, we're missing one.
You move the last one over. Yeah, so you move. Wait, it would be 2. We have 1.2. Still has 10.
I know, but there's 3.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then we put it in 100. So we're in the 100.
I'm doing it the easy time.
Divided by, oh, I see, okay. It's not
That was a lot.
okay, so then, in that case,
The simple way to like
oh, hold on. Sorry, my brain's not working. It's not you. It's okay, so then you would bring all 3 of those over. So it would be like one group is in, another group is in,
At
another.
least I got the right answer. So just bring the one
It's like
down.
bring it all down.
Bring
So
the
then
one
like
down
one
and
comes
bring
over, it makes
the 2
10.
down.
Good, good. And then one more after that. And then one more is like 3. So it takes 2 a little bit of time, but one more is right?
Oh yeah, look. I lost mine. Lost another tooth. I'm toothless. Maybe my meat sticks on the side of my mouth now. Lost a tooth. I was waiting for you to get done.
That's okay. That's alright. Okay, my friends, I'm gonna give you one more minute. Make sure you wrap up by doing the standard algorithm. Okay, everybody's doing this as well.
Okay, so let's start. We do 1 through 4. Okay. One number labeled the other one to the next number. So now we have 2. That's 2. Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah! Tough man. Wait, the old one's really
I got it too.
good.
Everything.
Okay, now split those. Be awesome at 30. Yeah.
Okay, my friends, cool. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It's all right if you didn't finish. Just go ahead and look up here. Make sure you're following along if you weren't able to get it done, okay? So you're following along with your dry erase marker up here, okay? All right, so we're doing 5 and 1600ths divided by 4. Amen?
Amen.
All right, cool. So I'm going to circle a group of 4, okay? So I was able to make one group of 4 in my ones place, okay? Which means that this one left over has got to move over to the tenths, okay? I like that you're helping each other, but make sure you're just kind of looking up here too, okay? Because I can kind of help you there. All right? So that one moves over to the tenths. My friends, how many does it explode into? 10, okay? People are talking over me. Okay, so it explodes into 10, but we already have 1/10 in that place value, okay? So 1/10, and then we've added 10. So how many tenths do I have now? 11 tenths. 11 tenths. Why are there people talking when I'm talking? Okay, so 1/10. All right, Donna, you're distracting me a little bit, Frank. Can you find what you need and then just kind of get situated? Okay. So we had 1/10 in our tenths place, okay? 1 had to move over to the tenths place and exploded into 10, okay? So 10 plus 1 gives me what? 11, good. So I need to have a total of 11 dots in my tenths place, okay? Everybody got that so far? Okay, great. So then I go through and make my groups of 4. So here's one group of 4, another group of 4. Oh, dang. I don't have enough to make another group of 4, right? So those 3 tenths, what place value do they got to migrate to? Hundredths. Good. So all 3 of them have to move over. So there's 1, which gives me one group of 10. Okay. There's 2, which gives me another group of 10. And then there's 3, which gives me another group of 10. So that part was kind of a lot of work, huh? A little bit, right? But those are donezo in the tenths place, so now they just moved over. Okay, everything just kind of shifted. Okay. So then from there, I just make my groups of 4 again. I know it's tedious, but it really is simple though. Okay, so don't let the tedious part confuse you. So here's one group of 4. 2 groups of 4, 3 groups of 4, 4 groups of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then last but not least, 9. Okay? Woo! Look at all those little like jelly beans. Love it. Okay? So 9, oh sorry, I missed this part here. I made 2 tenths, right? I now have 2 groups of 4 in my tenths place, and then I made 9 groups here. So your final answer should have been 1 and 2900. So did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Cool. Any questions on the place value chart side? Okay, really quickly, let's go ahead and do the standard algorithm, so make sure you're checking that with me, okay? So right away, just throw the decimal up there, okay? So ready, I'm going to throw it. There it goes, okay? Magic, okay? All right, so 4 goes into 5 one time. 4 times 1 gives me 4. Okay, there's that multiplication step. See, a lot of people are looking down right now. Why don't you just turn everything over and just look up here, okay? Because especially with this lesson, it's got to be a lot of like looking at what I'm pointing at, okay? This one, you can't really just listen. You've got to be looking as well, okay? Dad, mom, sister, brother. I divided. 4 goes into 5 one time. Multiply 4 times 1 to get 4. Everybody got that part?
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of you missed that part, so please just make sure you get that, okay? 5 minus 4 is 1, okay? Then I bring down the next digit, which is a 1. Okay, that's where we get our 11 dots, right? We move the one that was left over to the 10th place, bring down the next digit, gives us 11. 4 goes into 11 2 times, because 4 times 2 is 8, okay? So that's where this part, if we want to make the connection, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those dots were used, okay? So 4 goes into 11 8 times. That's kind of where that connection is. Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So 4 times 2 gives me 8. Okay, I subtract it out. 3 is my answer from that, which those 3 move over to the hundredths place. That 6 comes down to give me 36. Okay, we were able to make 9 groups of 4, so 4 goes into 36 9 times. 4 times 9 is 36. Subtract it out. 0. Do I have anything else to bring down?
No.
Okay, cool. Then we are done. Okay. So I just looked at your problem set and your homework. We're actually not gonna have one today where we add like another digit and like bring it down, all that stuff. So you don't have to worry about that. So as soon as you finish the last digit, you're done. You don't really have to worry about anything else. Okay. There are a couple like word problems, but you guys are totally capable of doing that. Okay. Emma.
Can we do the bring down if you want to?
There's nothing to bring down though, so you don't have to. Why just wait, friend? Just wait. Can you wait? Can you go like when we came back to recess? Okay, then go. All right. Well, maybe I'm thinking this morning then. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you the problem set. It's pretty straightforward. Let's see. So you are going to be doing discs and the standard algorithm. Okay. So that's what 1A looks like. And then 1B, pretty similar. Check it out. On here, can 2 go into 1 at all?
No.
No. So what digit would you put up there?
0.
0, right? Don't make it harder than it is. 2 goes into 1 0 times, right? So put a 0 there, okay? All right. And then here it says solve using the standard algorithm. So you're just going to set it up like so. Okay? So you're kind of ditching the place value chart at that point, okay? And then I don't know if we'll have time for like 3 and 4, but if we do, then you guys can get it, okay? Luke, then Charlie.
Can you go back up to B, 1? Could you really have to do the 0 thing, or could you just go like, how many times does 2 go into 13?
For today, I want you to put the 0 because of the decimal, okay? Because of the decimal, but it's not that much more work.
It is so
It's not.
work.
It's not.
I can't
Charlie.
even believe my eyes.
Charlie.
Why don't you just put long division?
What do you mean?
Like when it says to do standard algorithm?
Because it's not necessarily long. Long division is like where it like keeps going, but you're just doing like a few digits, not a lot. Lily.
So when you would do that, what do you mean by like you don't do the last digit?
Like when you finish dividing the last digit, you're done.
Okay, because I thought you meant like when you like bring them all down and like say there's like a 36 at the bottom and it's like adding or like subtracting and then you have to like minus it by something to get like an answer like that.
Yeah. So we divided the last digit, which is the 6.
Okay, so I thought you meant don't like use the 36
No.
again.
Just once you've finished out this guy, like there's nothing to move on to over here. So you're just done.
So basically normal.
Yeah. No, Emma was saying like, can we add the digit and bring it down? It's like there's not really a need, so we don't need to do that. So Amara, yes, okay. Olivia.
I think the first one isn't all that important, but it's okay if we erase her.
Yes, you can. And what was yours? Emma?
Second one is one. I don't know if the problem set or the homework, but
This one?
yeah, would we end up doing the problem set? Are we doing the problem set?
You're gonna do the problem set right now, and you're gonna get your homework later. Okay. Okay. Do your question?
Will there only be remainders?
Not today. No. Tomorrow though.